Hello, it's Big Lou with Big Lou Barbecue, and this is what I've got going on for you. I want to talk to you today about sparing your charcoal, saving it over for another cook. You can save a lot of money on charcoal if you'll save it. Now look, charcoal grills seem to be gaining popularity now in the second decade of the 21st century. I gotta tell you, 15, 17, 20 years ago, I was beginning to think I was the last man on earth that still preferred cooking with charcoal. But it seems people are rediscovering charcoal because there's just something instinctive in the human nature about foods cooked over a real fire, not an electric heat source, not a gas heat source, but a real fire. People have been cooking with charcoal for 5,000 years of human history and much longer than that. I think there's something just instinctive in the human nature to taste good foods. God told Noah when he got off the ark to eat meat, but not with the lifeblood still in it. So you're supposed to cook your food. How did the ancients cook? With charcoal. And you don't need fancy equipment to cook with charcoal. All you need is some sort of bowl device to hold it. Right down here, I don't know if you see this on camera, I'll take a picture of it later. It's just a tire rim with a bottom welded on it and some railroad legs and an expanded metal for a grill. And man, I cook with that lots of times. This is just a little cast iron bowl with a grid on it. The Lodge grill, I love this thing. All you need is just something to hold charcoal. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment. No hoses, no knobs, no switches, no burners, no drip plates to replace. Charcoal grills are great. But you can save the fuel, you can save the charcoal. Now, one way to do that is if you have a kettle type grill or something like this that closes off the vents, you close the vents off and it'll shut down the charcoal. But these things have a lot of air in them. They're a large capacity container, and it takes a while for all the oxygen inside to burn out. And so the coals are still burning long after you cook. If you have a hibachi style grill or a brazier type grill that doesn't have a lid on it, well then your coals are going to be exposed to oxygen and they're going to burn out. Or you got to get rid of them. So this is what I do, and even with these type grills that I can shut down, I go ahead and take the coals out while they're hot, okay, and put them in something to snuff them out. This is what I like to use. Just number 10 cans. And you see that charcoal right there? I'll show a close-up of it. This charcoal is left from last night's brat and potato cook that I cooked on this old Smokey 18. Now this charcoal here was all left over from Thursday night's burger cook on the Weber and last weekend's chicken cook on this Lodge. I'll show you how I take the coals out and spare them, but I just take a fireplace shovel like this, shovel them out, put them in the tin can, snuff them out. I have the can on the ground when I do that. And then they're out in just a few minutes. I don't have as much ashes to clean up in my pits, and I've got a lot of charcoal. The brat cook that I cooked last night was cooked on charcoal spared from the burger cook and the chicken cook. I didn't have to open any bag or pour any new charcoal out of the bag to use it. And I've still got half a can of charcoal left in here to use for my next cook. So if you work at a place that, like a restaurant, or you work at a place with a cafeteria, like a school or a hospital or something like that, or some place where you can get number 10 cans, just ask them for it. Say, hey, you got any number 10 cans I can use? Don't use a galvanized bucket. Galvanized, when it heats up, it releases this gas that just smells bad. And if you eat food off of that gas, now I would never cook in some gas, it'll make you sick. But if you use a tin can like this, and they rust out and I just get another one, but I keep the old charcoals in this tin can. And when the charcoal gets too small, like in the Weber, it's got a big wide charcoal grate. And when the charcoal gets too small, it falls through the grate and it's pretty much useless. A thing like the old Smokey uses a plate, and I can use smaller charcoal pieces with it. Also in the Lodge, it's got really small things in the charcoal grate, so I can use smaller pieces of charcoal with it. But what you do to figure out if the charcoal's too small is you'll just dump this into your chimney, shake it, and the small pieces will sift out the bottom. So you've just got, you know, good sized charcoal left, because you would throw those away anyway. They would burn up. But anyway, if you'll go ahead and get your charcoal out of your grill, it'll, when it's hot, you can save a good bit of charcoal money on charcoal. If you've got an hibachi like this, get that charcoal out of there. Let that grill go ahead and cool down after the cook. Don't let it sit there and cook. Save the charcoal, and saves your seasoning on your charcoal, on your hibachi grill if it's a cast iron one. And you know what? I got a review of this lodge on Amazon. It's been there about 5 years. It's about the third one down when you go to Amazon. And I mentioned how to take the charcoal out. Anyway, I've got a little video about how I took the charcoal out. Some of those pieces that you'll see in the video are still in this can, and I used them for burgers, and then I used them for brats. I did add a few new ones when I cooked the burgers the other night. And everything that was left over I used for brats last night, and potatoes. And then this is what's left over, and when I cook with these next time, I'll add a few new ones to it. But I don't have to use a whole lot of new charcoal every time I cook. Anyway, just wanted to give you a little idea on that. If you'll go ahead and get your charcoal out as soon as you're finished cooking, stuff it out in a smaller container, you can save a good bit on your charcoal fuel cost. Big Lou Barbecue. Well, if you ever wondered how to turn a hibachi off, you can't really. It'll go until the charcoal burns out or you get rid of the charcoal. But why waste the charcoal if you're finished cooking? So what you do is you just take a fireplace shovel, you just scoop it out, put it in the number 10 can. We're gonna put them all in the number 10 can and put the lid on it just like that and stuff it out. We'll spare the charcoal over for another cook, and the grill cools down much faster.